Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace in his multicolored sweatshirt.
You look good.
Kyle, the only way I can phrase it is that you have range in your wardrobe, your closet. You have no problem going colorful, spring-oriented, blues, greens, yellows, and then you got plenty of, like, just blacks and whites.
And he's also got plenty of those shirts that he wore that he looks like he could have been an intern in 2008.
That's also true.
Yeah, you know, I'm styling, profiling, baby. I'm like Ric Flair. Woo!
Ben Brust. Greg Scalzo will be joining us at 2:45. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Strophe running the show. You, KBN Nation, at 800-990-3776, the Carlos Talking text line. And you can see us in a beautiful booth right here on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Bradley, good to have you back. You're going through a process right now that I think you're going way too far, as you always do in everything in your life.
Well, of course I do. And, you know, you grow up and you experience these things, right? And
for those who missed it, Brad Nortman is an expecting father.
Yes.
But he also is fostering 2 young boys in his home. And
yes.
I think I was talking to Kyle yesterday while you were gone. We were like, yo, that's kind of crazy.
Oh,
like,
it is wild.
She's pregnant very early, and the boys are how old?
They're 7 months.
Like 7 months and twin boys, fostering and pregnant?
Yeah, it's...
Dang, we were like, damn.
Dude,
that's like 2% of people probably in their lifetime, if that, have experienced what you and mostly your wife Lexi is experiencing.
Yeah, well, she's holding down the fort right now, as she always does. And, you know, it's a crazy household, guys. There's no other way to put it. And, you know, got us thinking, we most of the time call in from reserves our family, right? Our parents, whatever, to, like, watch the kids.
Sounds like they're not reserved. Sounds like they're on standby a lot.
Literally. We need, come on in, please help. But, you know, sometimes they got their own lives, and we always don't have the ability to call in our parents. And
sometimes they have their own lives.
when we allow it. And so we're like, you know what? We need a babysitter. We need a go-to babysitter. Now, this is the first time ever in our lives that we're even exploring a babysitter, what that looks like.
Oh, my gosh.
It's crazy.
You're so pompous that you guys are anti-babysitter.
We're not anti-babysitter.
Only the Nortman Estate children can have Nortman Estate blood.
You know, the butler can only do so much.
Oh, wow.
So, just kidding. But
just kidding, Kyle. You can only do so much.
Yeah. Not in the job description.
I'll be terrible at being a butler.
So we're like, you know what? We need to have a go-to babysitter. So we had a recommendation from a neighbor we trust and love.
Yeah.
Say, hey, you know what? There's this girl. We know her family. She'd be great. She's a babysitter. She's looking for more jobs. So we said, great. So Lexi texted.
Is she an adult or a child?
She's a youth. I don't know.
She's a youth. She's
I don't know the
for
age.
more jobs.
Lexi's in all the communication. I believe she's in high school. Okay, I believe she's in high school. Lexi's in all the communicating, but she texted the mom. The mom said, yep, for sure, here's her number. So then Lexi texted her directly. And basically, Lexi's just like, hey, here's our situation. We're looking for a babysitter. Are you interested? And you know how she responded? This was also a humbling moment. She said, hello, Mrs. Nortman. Lexi got the Mrs. Nortman.
I mean,
we felt so old.
We are old. We're in our 30s.
Crazy.
We would do the same thing.
I'm not ready for a Mr. Nortman. I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for it.
Yeah, but I get a Mr. Brust now that I have a kid, and I'm like, damn.
Dude, it's coming. It's coming. So I was thinking about it. So we have this young lady coming over tomorrow. By all means, she seems great.
By all means, but I love the potential new babysitter.
But I mean, if someone's going to be entering the Nortman estate and watching over the things that we hold most dear in our life,
the gate code, the keys,
we got to get everything. The long driveway,
the eye scan to get in the door.
For sure. Got to introduce her to the staff. It's all that. I'm wondering, like, this is an uncharted territory for me because, like, with babysitters, I was used to, like, knowing friends that were babysitters and whatnot, but now we're like, Lexi phrased it as, why don't you come over and meet the boys, right? But I'm like, meet the boys?
Yeah.
I need to interview you.
I
want to dim the lights, put the spotlight on
the poor high schooler?
Yeah, she seems sweet, but like I don't know, and like what kind of questions am I supposed to ask her?
You can't just let nobody in your house to watch your kids.
I mean, should I just like lay down the rule of hey? No boys. No boys allowed.
Oh, that's a
good
one.
Do I even need to say that?
Yes, you do, because you can't trust these kids. You never know. Y'all might be gone, and the kid may say, oh, yeah, you can just come on out. I'm watching the boys. You can come hang out. Then, hell no, you ain't getting handsy in my house. Not in my house. You let her know.
I've got to remind her that we have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 Ring cameras that are surveying the whole area.
I thought you were going to say
so we're going to know what comes
interviews with her.
Well, I mean, I said like Lexi.
She's got to meet. She's got to meet
letter of recommendation.
Lexi, Brad, both parents.
Yeah, should she bring a letter of recommendation? I mean, I want to know all those things. Her report card.
Do you interview babysitters? 800-990-3776.
What type of
seems
question?
outrageous.
No, it does not. You mean to tell me you don't
If you get a referral,
She's a stranger.
did you get a referral?
Yes, and we trust that family.
Then
Don't
you
care.
don't need to interview.
Don't care.
You got a referral. You trust the family. You hire the babysitter.
I need to know who's going to be in my house and around my children. Absolutely not. I am going through a very extensive interview process. If you want to babysit my kids, you want to get this check, you want to get this money, we're going to have multiple interviews. Cash,
Kyle's writing checks.
Cash, whatever you want to get. I need to be able to trust you. I'm going to have a couple conversations before I let you in my house and around my kids.
Are you running through scenarios? Hey, baby starts crying. Baby 2 starts crying. What do you do?
Oh, come on.
I mean, I want to know if she can think on her feet.
I'm going to tell y'all this. I remember.
I hope you don't hire her.
No,
you'd be doing her. You'd be doing her a favor.
I'm gonna tell you,
she holds all the leverage here. You need her more than she needs you.
That might be true.
Get me in touch with this lady.
There's a website for babysitters. You can find a good one. I mean, I tell you, it's good to find some, because I remember when I was just hanging out outside, and this young babysitter, probably either high school, maybe freshman in college, she had multiple kids, 3-4 kids with her. And when I say all hell was breaking loose, she had one kid trying to help go get the other kid that tried to run off. One kid stopped crying. I try to mind my business. That ain't what you got going on. Ain't nothing to do with me. But it got to a point where I was like, let me go over here and help this young child. She said, thank you so much. And that's why you got to interview people to make sure they can handle all the craziness.
It makes sense. And it also makes you wonder. We were also crafting this text together. And Lexi wondered, should I ask her what her rate is? And I was like, no. We don't let her set that. But then again, I'm like, well, I don't know what babysitters. What do babysitters make nowadays?
$20 an hour.
$20 an hour?
At least.
Yeah.
At least?
Yeah. Why are you asking
that's
Kyle?
absurd.
I have a kid. I have babysitters.
Okay,
What's the rate? Each have different rates.
What's the minimum rate you done paid?
There's one at 16, one at 18, one at 20.
Well, that's for one kid, though, Benny. That's only for one kid. Brad's got 2.
Are you saying, does my price go up because I have 2 kids?
Yes, should.
Yes,
oh, come on. And so when future baby Norman is born and I got 3, it goes up again?
Put down the poll, Strofe. If you have twins, do you have to pay the babysitter double?
Yeah, it's 2 people crying at once. You got to watch 2 people. Well, 1 kid is a discount. 2 kids is a lot. 3 kids, Bradley, you better get
I'll be like, if I find anyone.
Y'all might get an extra job.
Real quick, just to recap, we do have a poll in the field right now on Twitter at KBN ESPN. Do you do a formal interview with a potential babysitter? Early results, 58% say yes. You want a second poll?
Formal.
So, Benny, you want a second poll about twins, even though, what's the percentage of people that have twins?
Say, how about this? Like, does the rate of a babysitter go up with the more kids you have?
That's a better way to phrase it, yes.
That's a better way to phrase it.
I was going to say, because it's only 3% of people have twins.
Yeah. That's only 3% of people. That's wild.
I know a lot of twins.
Wow, that's a miracle. I don't know. I just look at it and I think to myself, I was expecting what's minimum wage in Wisconsin? I'm going to pay her minimum wage.
$7.25.
$7.25.
Listen,
double. That's $15.
You tell this little girl she's getting $7.25 an hour. She would walk out, and she would tell all her little friends, and the Normans would never find another babysitter.
I'm not sure I'd lowball that much. I was maybe thinking about, is it a negotiation? What if I come in at 10, she comes in at 20?
Ooh, 10 is disrespectful.
I can't even start at 10.
You go negotiate with a child?
You're so cheap. You played in the NFL. Open that wallet a little bit.
Well, no, I'm not going to.
She hit the jackpot.
I'm not going to pay her 10.
She's coming to the Nortman estate, and she's going to be like, I
could make more
I'm going to make
McDonald's?
some money.
Well, wait a minute. This is a negotiation, right? The Packers, when they paid Jordan Love 55, they didn't start. They didn't start at 55.
She's a freaking high schooler. That's the NFL. You're acting insane.
But it's a market. It's a market economy.
The sad part is like you're genuinely being serious right now. Like, you're going to negotiate with a high schooler who has no idea what a negotiation is.
Brad.
She's going to be like, I have this rate. And you're going to be like, can you do it for 15? 18, you would be such a
Brad,
Well,
you
that's
can't.
well, this is my first time doing it, so I'm wondering what's right and what's wrong. And if
You're just everything you're doing is wrong.
You're going to
do
embarrass
opposite.
Lexi. Lexi going to be embarrassed because you don't ask the neighbor friend that you trust, and they're going to say, "What happened? Everything good?"
Those
We were
Nortmans.
haggling. We're haggling over the price, and they wanted to pay me $12 an hour, and I said I couldn't do it.
so I'm just subject to whatever she dictates.
No, you
She
just,
says $25. I got to do that.
this is how you negotiate. She says $25. You say, "Okay, thank you," and you go find somebody else.
But we don't have anybody else.
You better go to babysitters.com. You better find something.
There's a babysitter's.com.
I mean, sure is.
That sounds like a
There's
worse way to go get a
websites,
babysitter.
But I don't know
Sure
if
is.
it's just babysitter.com or if you just made that up. You don't have children.
Babysitters.com redirects to a brand called Sitter City, which looks like you can hire babysitters and nannies or tutors.
And they've been
But
screened.
that sounds like a worse way to do it, though, because I don't know what
Yeah,
their
you don't want to
screening
hire a
process is
stranger
like.
that doesn't.
That's a true
can't be
stranger.
this
vouched
girl
for.
is a stranger.
Yeah, but
Yeah, at least she has
vouches.
one letter of recommendation.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess that warrants her an extra $2 per hour.
Brad,
I've never had a
Brad,
babysitter before.
You're trying to get somebody to take care of your family. If you were trying
Yes.
to get a night to whatever it is, right? Date night with Lexi, or you
Yes.
guys have something going on, an event, whatever. You need to pay for good care. If you are being, by the way, as a guy who made millions of dollars in the NFL,
Dang, you'll put his business out there.
His business is on the internet, and everyone knows we joke about it in the state. It's because he has money.
Okay, I don't know if this is too many polls, but I want to know what the people say. Let's let the market dictate.
what's the third poll,
which is-
Brad? You tell me.
No.
Third
We
poll.
may not be putting a third poll. Let's
Third
hear it
poll.
first.
Third poll. Let's go.
Is the third
crazy.
poll how much is a market rate for a babysitter?
I can ask KBN
15,
Nation on the
6
Carbless Talk
Okay,
text
even
line.
better then. That's
how
a-
much are you paying a babysitter? 800-990-3776. I'm sitting right here. I said I have one at 16, one at 18, and one at 20.
What
Yeah, but
makes you pay the
you are
20?
one person though. I need multiple
We'll get
samples.
multiple.
Well, wait, what
I'm
makes you pay the
actually
$20 rate?
Yeah, I don't
Because
understand
the more
difference.
experience of the person.
So who's the
So
$20
it's
rate?
based
What does
off
she
experience.
do? Or he do?
20 has been a nanny, a full-time nanny for like families over 20 years.
Oh, that's a low
what about
rate.
the 16? What about the $16 one?
Yeah.
High school kid that unfortunately we had to let go.
Uh-oh, why?
Oh,
Why you let them go? They was trying to party, probably brought their little
This is
boyfriend
what I'm
over, didn't
scared
they?
of.
No.
Ben fired a child, just like Ben. Can't be trusted.
We haven't fired it. We just haven't reached back out for any.
Ooh,
babysitting
a
days.
silent
What did you-
fire? A
what did you
silent
do to
release?
Jackie?
Silent release.
Oh my gosh. What happened?
We were out at some friends, and she couldn't get the baby down, and it was one of those things
She
where
called
like,
for help.
No, we could tell she was panicked and like she didn't want to reach out. So I call her, and is everything okay?
Wait, how can you tell she's panicked? You're spying on her?
Yeah.
How? Oh,
As she's rocking the
yeah.
baby over the crib and the baby won't go down, you can see like why isn't the baby going down? One time we came home and the sleep sack was on the baby, but she didn't have a onesie on.
Yeah, duh. It's just a child. This is why you don't hire a high school kid. I can barely take care of a kid. I'm a grown man. You imagine a 16-year-old trying to – I don't even know what a sleep sack is. Brad just put his head down.
We're not hiring you, Kyle.
Kyle, trust
you
me.
hired a child, a person whose brain
if you
is still
volunteered,
developing.
I'm not sure I'd hire you.
No, I mean, no, listen. Let me get them when they 4 and they can talk. We can have a conversation. I don't do babies. I don't do babies.
do babies?
No, 4-year-old, we can have a conversation. What's good? How
Chef
you
Ed
doing? You
says
hungry?
the average rate is 20. Know the going rates first before hiring. Otherwise, you're going to look like a cheapskate.
Yeah,
See,
Brad.
maybe Lexi was right. Maybe
You're gonna be
Lexi was
embarrassed
asked-
around the
asked
neighborhood.
them. Well, now I feel like I'm
Brad
just
is really
subject
trying to
what
get the
she
cheapest child care. Bold strategy there, Cotton. That's Ray on the Carmen's talking text line.
That's
That
pretty
is
good.
You want cheap child care,
I want
Brad?
fair.
You
I
want
want
to
fair.
negotiate
I want
child
fair.
care?
Yeah, I mean it's important.
I'm
Couldn't
telling
be
you,
anything
if
more
I get
important,
a
but-
hold this person, I'm going to say, don't do it. Those Nortmans are
you,
crazy.
And you know.
They have parental systems that nobody abides by outside their family. No sugar, no
Yes.
this, no that, no this,
Because
no
Can you
that.
imagine getting fired because you gave a kid just a little bit of sugar that was the wrong type of sugar?
Oh, and we know, because you know.
Red dye?
When we
dye? The Normans don't give red dye.
Where did you get
It's
this
horrible
from?
on your brain chemistry. You know when we leave, we're going to give this young lady basically a dossier full of like, this is what you do hour by hour. This is what what they like. If they're crying, do this. Put them down, do that.
Oh, we live in such a. You guys are the worst.
Step by step, minute by probably every 15 minutes.
You know what's going to happen? Our generation ruined the world. Y'all are spying on people, watching your kids. You're giving them dossiers, long booklets they got to read. You guys
just
suck.
Dossiers.
Dossier?
Whatever it is, whatever the word is, it sounds too insane to be in a babysitter conversation.
Yeah, I mean, we're basically giving her the cheat sheet.
Yesterday,
I do exactly this, and you can't go wrong.
Isla came home from daycare with a bump on her head.
Oh, hell no. No.
She's learning to walk.
No. I would have went. We would have just go, let me see the camera. How did my baby get this?
Yeah, you guys are crazy.
What do you mean you got a bump? She fell. How you let her fall?
I stayed at family's house yesterday with 2 children. The first one, you go crazy. The second one, you realize everything you stressed about for the first one.
You're the first one.
And I'm learning
crazy
as an uncle of 12.
If this is your first one.
Many families around me, many friends with kids, not to be a lunatic like Brad Norton.
I feel bad for
I don't
your
know.
second
That's the only way to do it. Yeah.
They're just going to be able to read free by themselves, feed themselves, wipe themselves.
Yeah, they're going to learn quicker.
Change themselves. My goodness.
They're going to learn quicker than the first
They'll
one.
be independent.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, if my kid can't handle the bump in his head, I'm going to need to get a whole full report.
Dude, I would not want to see.
As he said. I want to know everything.
Yeah, I would not want to see Kyle get after the daycare.
It's like good for them to not be sheltered so that they can understand they can't do that again. They learn from their mistakes. They're human beings. You guys. Yeah.
How you let my kid fall? Why you let her walk? Cause you knew she couldn't walk like that.
She can walk, but she had shoes on, and she's learning to walk now with shoes on.
So why my baby girl got shoes on when she walking? She don't know how to walk with shoes on. I'm going to go up.
Outside.
You know what? You may not go up to the daycare. I'm going to pull up to the daycare. I'm pulling up today to the daycare to say, what in the world going on? Why little Isla walking like that?
Anonymous father of 4, welcome on the Carvelous Talking text line.
Hey, Brandon, how you doing?
Doing great. How are you? Father of 4. Now, that's impressive.
That is very
good.
Congrats.
Hey, so we don't live far from each other, and I'm going to say it this way. I'm going to try to put it as straightforward as I can. If you want a reliable babysitter who would move some things around for you when you want to go out with Lexi and you want to have a good time, and you have 2 kids or more, the reality is, sir, you're going to be paying $25 to $30.
25 to 30. Is that what a family of 4 pays?
The babysitter sometimes costs more than the dinner you have when you go out. It's just the price you pay for a little date.
Oh, I ain't going nowhere,
$25 to $30.
Kyle's never leaving the house.
Listen, we at the crib all the time. We family
so
dinner.
A 3-hour date night, a little dinner and a movie. Is it costing almost $100 for the babysitter?
$100 for the babysitter, $100 for the meal.
Inflation is something else.
Lexi didn't realize when she had kids.
We'll be back live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Brad's never, going to place another wager here again because he's the biggest loser ever. Next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
You agree with me? Lola Bunny on your algorithm? I'm shaking her butt?
It's people on my Facebook sharing stuff, and I'm like, you know what? Lola the Bunny was kind of strapped.
Okay, here's as far as I'm... All I'll be able to say is I get why Bugs was so love drunk over Lola. I get it. That's as far as I can go to you.
Look at this. Google Lola the Bunny.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
That's the idea of a deal. Each side gets wins, right? They have Jordan Love under contract for the next 5 years.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
I think Packers fans would sign up for 12-5 today, and maybe they will be.
Right here on 94.5 ESPN, and also streaming live on the Wisconsin On Demand app and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
Think ski season is over? Well, think again. Granite Peak's bringing you Wisconsin's longest ski season, going strong through April 6th. We're talking spring skiing at Wisconsin's largest resort with live music, fireworks, and endless snow across our incredible terrain. Make it a getaway in nearby Wausau, where comfortable lodging and family activities await. Why travel far when the best spring skiing is right here? Book your ski and stay packages today. Visit SkiGranitePeak.com for lift tickets and lodging packages. Granite Peak, where winter lasts longer.
It's time for the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Marquette fans, Buffalo Wild Wings is the official viewing party location for Marquette road games. Marquette watch parties will continue for all Big East and NCAA tournament games.
The 25th ranked Golden Eagles are moving on in the Big East tournament following a gritty 89-87 win over Xavier at Madison Square Garden. Senior forward David Joplin, one of 5 MU players to hit double figures, finished with 14 points and 6 rebounds, including a humongous 3 with 27 seconds remaining to put Marquette up 4.
Joplin 3. Holla at your boy. Again. Holla at your boy. One more time. Holla at your boy. Marquette up 4.
Senior guard Cam Jones led Marquette with 28 points. The Golden Eagles advance to the Big East tournament semifinals tonight, where they take on number 6 St. John's for a trip to the championship game Saturday night.
This has been the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Check out the Golden Eagles watch party schedule at gomarquette.com/BWW for upcoming locations.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so that you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
The madness is right around the corner, and that means the time for proving your hoops knowledge is too. It's the ESPN Wisconsin Bracket Challenge, presented by Cousin Subs. Fill out a bracket, earn the most points at the end of the tourney, and get a $1,000 gift card to Cousin Subs. One winning bracket, $1,000 to Cousin Subs. When the teams are all selected, you can fill out your bracket on ESPN.com or the ESPN Tournament Challenge app. It's the ESPN Wisconsin Bracket Challenge, presented by Cousin Subs. They believe in better.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
All right, so Brad Nortman is treating his babysitter interviews like it's free agency for the Green Bay Packers. He might be worse of a lowballing GM than Brian Gutekunst. Our guy Bill chimes in Beaver Dam. What up, Bill? 2-year deal for the sitter with a team option for a third. Bonuses for blowouts and exposure to colds and viruses that might affect her ability to work.
That's so good. That is so good.
Nick, you're paying somebody to take care of your children and you're trying to lowball them? Take a second and think about that for a moment.
Well, lowball is a strong word. I just want it to be a fair middle point. Because when Love and the Packers agreed to $55 million, the Packers didn't start at $55 million. They probably started at $48.
Okay,
they probably started at
Brett,
$60.
This is a babysitter. This isn't free agency.
No. Bigger than a babysitter. This is a teenager, a high school student, a child.
You're ageist.
You're, for real.
But shouldn't she?
For real.
She probably needs to learn how to stand up for herself. If she said, I'm worth $25 an hour and here's why, I'd say, okay, you are worth $25
Brad,
an hour.
Is there any scenario or situation where you would actually pay her $25 an hour?
Yes. Absolutely. They're twins.
Yeah, I will say there's not many people that can handle twins.
Do you think a teenager can?
That's why I want to interview her.
Does she realize that she's going to be dealing with two young infant twins?
Does she know she's going to be with the most uptight parents that have ever existed on planet Earth?
For real, like she's going to have.
we're going to give her the answer sheet on how to go ahead and do this.
That girl is too busy trying to figure out chemistry and figure out advanced algebra, and you trying to give her more homework.
Tell you what, if she can handle our family situation, she can handle anything.
I hope she says no.
She's going to grow some grit in the Nortman household.
I hope she learns the lesson that money ain't everything.
Well, she's going to learn that from the Nortmans. Or no, that she's going to learn money is everything to them. It's nothing to me.
Oh, man. I can't wait to see how it goes.
800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more. Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Strophe running the show. We're live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel in the Sportsbook. All right, this is ridiculous now. They've hit 13 threes in the first half, I think.
It might be more than that.
Ben, how much would you have loved to play in this offensive scheme?
I would have killed. 12 for 17 in the first half.
That is
I would have loved
insane.
this. Are you kidding me? The green light that I had with Bo was like awesome.
Yeah.
But the green light in this system would be even bigger. It'd be amazing.
This is the point, though, where I start to get my hopes up for the Wisconsin Badger basketball team.
It's
where I'm
like
hey,
football,
this might be the year.
Here we go.
Yeah, Sweet 16. This looks like a Sweet 16 team right here.
They are a Sweet 16 caliber
they should
team.
be.
They're a 3 seed.
Is this year as much of a year to have expectations as any other year?
Nah.
Yes.
The problem is
you haven't been in the Sweet 16 since 2017.
Crazy.
That's a shockingly long time.
They have 2 Big Ten titles in there. But with that, in a year in which you're showing nationally, and if you want to have this conversation, I don't think the Badgers' resume is that great. I don't think they've beaten that many good teams.
They haven't.
But
they have.
But what I will say is, you know what this change of system has done? It's helping their seeding because you know what? It looks kind of sexy.
Yeah.
It looks fun.
Is that a contributing factor?
There's biases when
they can score.
There's
this team can score up
biases
and
when
down
people do MVP voting. There's biases when people put together a NCAA tournament bracket and there's a committee.
Yeah.
Everyone wants the fun teams to be shining.
It does play into Wisconsin because when you think about it, right, a Wisconsin Badger basketball team, regardless of how good or bad they are defensively, regardless, they're always going to think this Badger basketball team can play defense, but now they can score, so they're going to think this is a team that can play any type of game. They can play a low-scoring game or they can play a high-scoring game, which in reality may not be true. But with the Badgers this year, I think there's an opportunity for people to think highly of them based off the fact that they can score a lot of points.
They shoot the free throws at an historic clip, not at the attempts, but the makes. They shoot the ball 1 through 5 really well. Really well. The best Badger teams that have been successful over the course of my career and even when they went to the Sweet 16, everybody on the floor had the ability to shoot the basketball. When you do that, it opens up so much. Then defenses are chasing around, and I'm getting really deep right now because it's 46-29 in the first half of a Big Ten tournament quarterfinal. And again, this would be a good quality win against the team that finished ahead of you in the Big Ten standings. But what do they do against Michigan State? A real, true contender to likely have a shot at making the Final Four.
And I will say, if Wisconsin either gives them a game or wins, or if Wisconsin gets to the Sweet 16, this has to be one of Gard's most finest hours, right? Because
he's getting a lot of love in the college basketball world about the job he's done. Do you know
I didn't have optimism going into this year.
Do you know how hard it is to play a certain way? He was under Bo Ryan for 30-plus years. He was at Platteville with Bo when Bo was at Platteville. And believe it or not, Bo pressed at Platteville. But my point is, when you're with a coach for so long, and the Wisconsin Badgers from 2000 to 2023, I'll say, because they tried to do a little bit of this last year, it was the same system. All of us did the exact same thing. Bo said do this, and we knew we were going to win basketball games. And to go away from what Gard knew as an associate head coach, you know how it takes gumption to do it? It takes it's like a business owner.
It takes
you have to pivot if your business is going a certain way. And sure, it's good, but if you want to keep up and you want to grow your business with other competitors, what do you got to do? You got to pivot and find a new way to do it. And he's showing the world, not just through the season, but now in this first part of postseason in these conference tournaments, that they are not just a fluke at doing it one half of the year. They have done it the entire season, and he deserves credit for that nonetheless. And that itself might have bought him another opportunity no matter what happens in the tournament.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be fine. What he was able to do with this team in this type of environment with NIL being what it is extremely impressive. He has some guys that they're spending money on, but they ain't got no big-time money guys, right? They
lost Chucky Hepburn, who was first-team All-ACC. A.J. Storr stinks, but he's making $1 million on the bench in Kentucky.
Wow.
And they brought in, as what many people are saying, is either the best or the second best transfer in all of college basketball.
Nobody
think
knew
about
about.
all the money think about all the money that all these players got from all these big schools, and they found a guy who could barely stay on the floor at Missouri to become a first-team All Big Ten player. And if they keep it up and Tanji keeps it up and how he's playing,
All-American.
He might
be a third team or at least honorable mention.
But again, forget the individual accolade. He could lead them to something bigger, and the individual accolade will come with that in his senior year. Let's be honest. If I'm John Tonji, and this is my last year, I want to win.
Oh, yeah. Like that helps your resume.
He's got a shot, an outside shot at making the pros, but not like a great shot. He's not 6'7". There's guys that can do what he does at a much bigger size and frame.
He's no Ben Russ.
Who is, Kyle? Who is?
He ain't playing for the Milwaukee Bucks Summer League team with Giannis. You know why? Because Giannis is now an MVP and doesn't have to play Summer League.
That's true.
Live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel. It's a great day to be alive. I love this. I love this. Strophy, did you love that? I love this.
I will listen to you talk college hoops until the bracket gets released on Sunday.
Well, just call me at night when I'm watching these games.
This might be the nicest thing I've ever said to you.
It was very nice, out of character.
And the last shouts then, Greg Scalzo was joining us at 2:45.
Yeah.
So anything you guys say to hype me up, don't worry. He's got a lot of material to bring me back down to life. But coming up next, Eric Stokes, the former Packer, signing for pennies with the Las Vegas Raiders. Has a little Kyle Wallace in him. We're going to hear from Alex Strofe becoming relevant and why Alex Strofe thinks Eric Stokes and Kyle Wallace, they're not so different, you and him. Next.
Oh, wow. You're listening to Kyle Brust and Northman.
That is completely unacceptable. It is unacceptable for a team to
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Is acceptable? Unacceptable?
Unacceptable.
Unaccessible. Wait.
What?
Wait. My mind is
unacceptable.
Unacceptable. What did I say?
Unacceptable.
My mouth and brain
unacceptable.
Are like not
Unacceptable. What did I say?
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some great news from my friends at Bank 5-9. For a limited time, you can earn as much as 4.8% on one of their CD specials. With 9, 17, and 25-month options, you're sure to find a CD that fits your needs while you earn a great return. It's simply another way Bank 5-9 is making lives better in our communities. Hurry! These high rates won't last long. Check out bank59.com/CD for more details. Member FDIC.
Get off the bench and into the game. Score a deal with the March Mania sales event. This month at Cunis, we have high-flying new vehicle specials at your Milwaukee Metro Region dealerships in Oak Creek and Greenfield. Get huge discounts on the Buick Envista and Envision SUVs or the rugged GMC Terrain and Sierra. Thinking pre-owned? Visit our website for a slam dunk deal on one of our 10 pre-owned super specials. Plus, our service specials on brakes, tires, and oil changes are nothing but net.
I'm Brian Bohm, General Manager of Cunis of Oak Creek.
And I'm Bill Eater, General Manager of Cunis of Greenfield.
We would like to invite you to take advantage of these great monthly specials.
And remember that your vehicle will be covered by our exclusive No Fear Lifetime Powertrain Warranty, included with new and qualified pre-owned purchases.
Call or stop in today for your VIP appointment.
Embrace March Mania and score a deal this month at Cunis. Start your search online at CunisBuickGMC.com.
Be the MVP of gift giving with a Milwaukee Bucks gift card. From exhilarating Bucks experiences to unforgettable Fiserv Forum events, your gift card recipient can score tickets to Bucks games and other events through the Ticketmaster box office. Shop exclusive gear at the Bucks Pro Shop or get a favorite snack at Fiserv Forum's concessions. It's a win-win gift that lets them choose their experience. To purchase a gift card, visit bucks.com/giftcards.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Open the door and spring into savings. Now at Menards. Enhance the appearance of your home with a new stylish garage door from Menards. Choose from our large in-stock selection of ideal garage doors or design your own using our free garage door designer. Save big on ideal garage doors. And don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Tourney time is here, and Burnsy's Bar and Grill on 97th and Greenfield is the place to be. 29 TVs to catch all the games, ice-cold drinks, and unbeatable specials. Watch hoops and get $5 call mixers, $6 doubles, $4 shots, and $3 beer specials. Get your grub on while enjoying all of Burnsy's appetizers, each under $10. Dozens of TVs, tons of drink specials, and apps for everyone. It's Burnsy's Bar and Grill on 97th and Greenfield. Don't miss a minute of the action.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel in the beautiful sports book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can't count me TVs here because there's so damn many, and that is a great problem to have. There is content and games everywhere. Kiosks everywhere, drink specials, great food. These cheapos are going to be taking advantage of the wonderful hospitality that Haley provides at Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
Food is just so good.
Oh, it's the best.
Oh, it is. You guys are just like...
I brought my friends here like 2 weeks ago, and oh my gosh, they were licking
they go
fingers.
ham?
Like, this is so good. Oh yeah, licking fingers, watching sports, winning and losing money, mostly losing.
Well, things are looking good for Benny Brust right now. I can tell you that much. We'll play a fun game of how many bets does Ben Brust have. But right now, it's time to hear from Alex Strofe and Becoming Relevant.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant, it's time to become relevant. Strofe's time to shine on KBN starts now.
Well, fellas, you've heard the phrase, he loves his hometown. I love my hometown of Green Bay, Wisconsin. So when I heard this from Eric Stokes, the now Las Vegas Raiders cornerback, it got my attention, but not for the reason you would think. Take a listen to Eric Stokes in his introductory press conference.
Yeah, Green Bay is different. I love Green Bay. I absolutely love Green Bay. But after about 10 o'clock, there's nothing else to eat in Green Bay. So I'm really excited for like the food options here that I can really show my big back activities.
Now, big back activities from Eric Stokes.
Big back.
What does that mean?
Getting fat. Eat big back.
Essentially,
when you eat a lot, you're a big back.
You
never heard big back?
Never heard that.
It's a quality of plus-sized individuals. So when somebody's really pigging out, they say big back.
How do you know about this, Strofe? You're like 20 pounds.
Well, no, I just know the vernacular, Ben.
He's envious. He wish he could be a big back.
I am envious. But
Big
it
back.
actually
I like
wasn't
that.
the fact that Eric Stokes was taking shots at how many chain restaurants are in Green Bay, because that's true. It was more this thing right here.
I love Green Bay. I love Green Bay. I love Green Bay.
Does he sound like somebody we know?
I love Eric Stokes. That he's not
Green
on the
Bay.
Packers anymore. Yeah. That hey, listen.
Is the new I love blank? If you don't like, or if you're not saying it to your significant other, it's just a way of like BSing your way through something.
It is. The word love has lost all of its meaning.
It's lost way too much meaning.
Because I love Green Bay, but
I mean,
love Green
it
Bay.
always follows a but.
He basically said, I love Green Bay, but it sucked. It closed down at 10 p.m., and now I'm in Vegas, and I'll have plenty of options.
I
No, it's
love
just the way
Green
to
Bay.
show. What would you rather somebody say? I like, I appreciate, I love. Say, listen, I really care about the place, and it means something to me. So like it was like a love, but right, you rather have a love, but versus I appreciate you, but you be like, whoa. But I love you, but means like, oh, you
But
really
love
care.
is now losing the meaning, though.
How come whenever someone says, I love, there's always a but to follow? You say, I love Green Bay,
but
I'm excited to be a Raider.
I love Green Bay.
I love.
He's like laughing. He's like smiling. Like, I love Green Bay. He's
I
like,
love Green Bay, but I'm sick of Applebee's, man.
No, I mean, I love working with Ben and Brad, but when it comes to 5 o'clock, I enjoy going home.
Oh, dang. You just
don't you dare
love us. Don't you dare love us.
Time out, Kyle.
He loved us.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure you asked somebody you're sitting next to hang out tonight. Did you not?
Did I ask you to hang? No, I didn't ask anybody to hang out.
Look to your left.
I
asked Kyle to hang out.
Let's get it straight. He asked me. I didn't ask him.
And your answer was?
Damn. Last time
I said, yeah, I would love to hang out with him.
But I got to be home in a certain hour.
And then who backed out on who?
Ben backed out on me.
He's trying to create like a
controversy.
Wait. When did you guys talk about all that?
Don't worry about it.
I'm mad about it.
Yeah, but why does Strofe even know about this?
Yeah. Hey, how does Strofe know about this?
I know everything about all three of you. Keep that in mind.
Oh, wow.
Well, regardless of the fact, I wasn't mad that Ben backed out because it just gives me an opportunity to do some other stuff.
Mr. Popular.
I love hanging out with Ben.
I love hanging out with Ben, but I'm finna go kick it and do some other stuff.
I'd rather be told by what to do at home by my baby girl.
Just having a girls' night.
Real quick, one-on-one, me and you. I may have had a little dough on Marquette -2.5 last night, which lost on the buzzer beater half-court 3. How do you handle losses like that?
You just go back to the drawing board and go back to work. You can't sit and wallow in your sadness because the next game's going to happen. It could be one that you're on the right side of history, Strofe.
He's been on the right side of history.
That's Becoming Relevant with Alex Strofe. Coming up next is the market manager of Good Karma Brands Milwaukee.
Oh, wow.
The VP. Strophe, are we prepared for this?
We are prepared for this.
I took some shots at Greg Scalzo, the best man in my wedding. He's done jack. He's done nothing. He's done nilch. He's done nada. He's done 9. He's nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call him out for it.
He's coasting.
Oh.
Coming up next.
Here we go.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
But what I've heard is very nutritious.
I was actually about to ask. This is the last conversation on it. Did you taste it? Come on, did you taste it?
You got to. You got to make sure that it's good and good for your baby.
Yeah.
I know Jonathan Brust has. I have not yet.
Okay.
I definitely am.
You might as well take a little shot.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
She's different and special and loaded with personality.
And there's one more thing, but you can't explain it in words.
She's the one.
She's the one.
The one.
You know it.
Your friends know it.
The whole world knows it.
We curated a special selection of engagement rings for her.
Can you guess what we call it?
We call it the One Collection by Kessler's.
Because these engagement rings are different.
And special.
And loaded with personality.
And one more thing. But you can't explain it in words.
Engagement rings in the One Collection start at just $725.
But some of them are more.
A lot more.
But we've got you covered.
First, we have 12 months financing at 0%. Or
second, we have 36 months financing at 9.99%, both with approved credit.
Third, we have second chance financing if you need someone to give you a second chance.
And don't forget the Kessler's warranty.
The strongest warranty of any jewelry store in the world.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Skilled trade workers are the backbone of every community and also the Army National Guard. Soldiers trained to keep the power flowing, engines running, and in every other trade needed to accomplish the mission. These soldiers are on the fast track to learning skills that can set them up for success at home with companies looking to hire the best. Their resumes are being built through their paid training and part-time service. Find out how you too can learn a trade profession by visiting NationalGuard.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so that you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Wisconsin is still cattle country. And that's why Bunzel's chose to stay close to home to hand select the finest beef. Quality goes into everything they do, from Bunzel's expansive array of meats, homemade specialty sausages, and their award-winning beef jerky. It just isn't a proper holiday meal without Bunzel's top quality cuts on the dinner table. Tasting is believing. Visit Bunzel's at 90th and Burleigh or bunzels.com.
Being a pellet consultant means helping people build their dreams.
Customers really appreciate just how prepared we are. All the samples, the videos, pictures.
We are with you from start to finish. You literally have a friend from beginning to end and beyond with your project.
Our pellet team simplifies the process, taking time to listen and find the right solution for you. And right now, get windows as low as $22 per month and doors as low as $89 per month. Visit pelletwi.com today.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 3/31/2025.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. ESPN Milwaukee's Big Boss.
I'm not going to be able to help you.
The only one who holds Ben accountable.
We each do our own research, Ben.
Welcome to Thursdays with Greg Scalzo.
Happy Thursday!
On Kyle Bruston Norton.
Well, it's not a Thursday, but happy Friday! Greg Scalzo joining Kyle Bruston Nortman. He is back at the Gruber Lofts' One Call, That's All studios. We are live from the Potawatomi Casino Hotel and the beautiful sportsbook. Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. UKBA Nation 800-990-3776, the Carbless Talk and Text line.
Oh, what's wrong?
Are you settled in, Greg?
He sounds horrible, man.
What are you talking about? I don't sound bad at all.
Kyle run the show? Like, it sounds like...
Wow.
Hey! It's Kyle Bruston Nortman.
You have no life in you right now, Ben. You're just fumes.
Why are you on attack mode to
I'm
start?
not on
Yeah, he
attack
came,
mode.
he came out blazing.
You're like a little chihuahua.
I put it in Stroph's ear, and I said, he sounds horrible, huh? Because you're like, happy Thursday. Like, you have no, like, you don't have that normal Ben Bruss energy, the gravitas right now. You're like a broken man.
I have energy. Don't you question me right now.
He is broken.
I don't know. Now, what I want you to do is, since it was Happy Thursday in the open, that it's not Thursday, I figured when you join, you'd be like, hey, guys, do a happy Friday. Because I figured you'd grace our presence like that. But instead, you come in and attack me. And I'm not
I
not
didn't
okay
attack you. I made a sigh, and that's
it was an observation. He made an observation. I think it was a pretty accurate observation.
Scathing observation.
Well, I can even tell by Ben's posture, the way he's sitting. You know how usually you get comfortable? He's like got one hand up, other hand trying to brace himself. He doesn't look comfortable sitting right now. Right now, you look like you're just trying to struggle your way through.
Like I said at 2:30 when Strofe gave me a compliment, I knew 2:45 was just going to be a roast.
There's no roast.
You did call that. This is a roast.
It's not a roast, Benny. You just look horrible today. You sound horrible today. Like
you do got some bags.
The Greg Scalzo version of the I love this. It's like, I'm not roasting you, but I'm just going to continue to roast you.
I love Green Bay.
Look at I knew it as soon as you walked into the office today at 10 a.m., I believe, maybe 10:30 a.m. And you immediately went and started working with another one of our teammates on what bets you were going to place today. And then you walked
Wait a minute, what are you paying them for?
It's a great question. And then you walked into my office, and I saw it in your face, and I said, oh, no.
My office.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Cool. No, you can see it in Ben's face today. You can see them eyes. He got them bags under his eyes. That means Ben had a long
Yeah, I need to invest in
Yeah.
some of those eye drop thingamajigs. Those can maybe do me some wonders on a day like today.
Yeah, I know. The skincare routine needs to be updated.
Scouts must have known that you were going to come at him because he came out blazing first.
He
I
did.
don't know. I mean, look, what does he have to come at me for?
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Strophe, without further ado, please let Greg Scalzo know what I talked about in terms of how uninvolved he's been as a best man for my wedding.
Guess what Frank Kaminsky did? Already set up golf. Guess what Frank Kaminsky did? I don't want to get his business, but he has a inn at a rental property for free. On Thursday. Did Greg Scalzo do that? No. Did my best man do golf? No. On Friday. Did my best man find the place that we're going to stay Friday and Saturday at very cheap? $3,000 under the list price.
Wow.
Did Greg Scalzo do that? No. Did Frank Kaminsky do that? Yes. Did Greg Scalzo book hibachi at 5 p.m. on Friday?
Dang, Frank is working.
Frank Kaminsky booked hibachi at 5 p.m. on Friday.
There it is. There's my best man, Greg Scalzo, everybody.
Wait,
He's with
really?
us
Hold
the
on.
show.
I have one question.
Former best
I have one question for everybody here, right? What's the date today? It's March,
March
right?
14th.
Your bachelor party's in June, right? Is everything planned and taken care of? Yes. Right?
Oh, wow.
But no thanks to you.
No thanks to you. Don't try to take credit here.
I'm not taking
I
credit.
love Greg Scalzo, but he ain't done anything.
Did I manage the process by making sure things were being done? Yes. And
You
when
didn't
Frank,
even
and when Frank took care of everything to the point where I texted him, "Hey, I'll take care of breakfast or lunch on Saturday." He said,
That was 1 week later after I put you on a group text
and
with
he said,
him.
"I'm working on it." And the whole time, Ben was like, just let Frank do his thing. He got all the hookups. I would say that 75% of the reason why Ben wanted to do his bachelor party in Scottsdale was because Frank was there and he was going to get deals on everything.
Wow. You don't be telling the full story.
I've seen some spin zones. So that is a spin zone.
There's no
Where do you
spin
think
zone.
I learned to spin? Where do you think I learned to spin zone?
Spin zone. I just hear facts.
Hey. A month ago, I went to Ben Bruss' house on a Friday night. And after his girl was put down, was asleep, and we went there, and it was to plan our bachelor party, and pretty much Ben was like, Frank's got it all. Don't worry about it. He's got this. He's got that. He's got this. And I said, okay, let me know how I can help. Let me know how I can help.
I need to create a political attack ad against Greg Scalzo for all this slander that's going on around here, because I came to your house, and you ate too much Indian food, had some tummy issues, and didn't even hang out with me and have a drink.
Wait.
All we did was book the flight for the bachelor party. He's done nothing.
Gosh.
Who found the flight? And yes, I did get food poisoning that night. I did not feel good at all. But yeah, we did. We booked the flight and we texted Frank that night.
You're thinking you're an A+ right now.
I'm not. I'm literally not saying I'm an A+. What do you want me to do if Frank is doing all of this at a much higher level than I can because he lives there? Do you want me to be like, no, Frank, don't get us great deals on all this because I want the credit? That would be more selfish and more detrimental to the overall experience.
I'm spun.
All I was looking for when I put Greg and Frank on a text message with me was just like, hey, Frank, happy to help wherever, let me know. He responded a week later after Frank did everything.
Hey, Frank, thanks for doing all this. Brunch? Let me know how I can help. I can set something up for breakfast, lunch on Saturday.
What did Frank say?
And he said, I'm working on a good brunch spot for Saturday. Do we want a boozy brunch or a nicer brunch?
Oh, did you respond?
Yeah, Ben came in and said boozy brunch.
Well, there it is.
So
hey,
we got a boozy brunch on Saturday.
So we're focusing on the minute details of this whole thing. We're getting bogged up into the boozy brunch.
No, this is listen. He had a job to do. And he made sure you're going to have a successful.
I didn't know Kyle was going to bend the knee.
I was
bending the knee. What do you want me to do?
I was pro-bending it.
It's so funny as Greg's risen his career to watch people bend the knees.
No, I was so ready to rip. I was ready to rip Greg a new one for the fact that he had not supported his boy. I was ready to demote him. Even when he came on, he said best man. I was ready to demote him to second man, not best man, because Frank was going to take it. But now that he's actually putting all the facts out there, he did a whale of a job making sure that Frank did a good job of planning your bachelor party.
He did a good job.
It does beg the question.
Good job.
Is managing enough to be considered still best man material?
Yeah.
Well, that's all I
Let
just
me
hear
ask
management.
Ben a question.
That's all I hear.
Let me ask Ben a question here, Brad. Ben,
Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Greg Scalzo, live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Yes, Gregory.
Did I find Airbnb options for us in Scottsdale and present them to you? Did I?
Yeah, but they were like...
And then did you say, hey, no, Frank has a relationship with this property developer, so why don't we have Frank take care of this? Because it'll be cheaper for us.
Man, he got you.
Ben, I want to support you, but you are getting killed right now,
do you
bro.
forget some of the things that you say?
Like, what do you want me to do? I don't live in Arizona.
I had to leave the stream.
No, I mean, did you forget?
Caught.
Yeah, you are caught. You were ready to go.
Greg came with receipts, and he didn't even know he was going to need receipts.
Do I need to bend the knee now?
No,
on
you don't
video
have to. You
Greg
can say you're sorry for slandering me. You
sorry
can
for
apologize for slandering me. But
the truth is somewhere in the middle of all this.
He slandered you for 15 minutes last week. He couldn't wait till you came on.
It sounds
he's too scared to come on, and he slandered your name, and then all of a sudden he had a whole week to try to get ready to slander
Kyle,
you. All
one of my favorite parts about you is like you're an OG, like you know you're a trenches guy.
Yeah.
Right now you're not a trenches guy.
No, I'm a trenches guy. I keep it 100. Listen, I'm telling you, I was ready for Frank to be the best man, and then all of a sudden all these details come out, and now you just look like an idiot. You let Greg Scalzo, he comes on once every 2 weeks, and typically when he comes on, you look like an idiot. This was your chance to shine, and he flipped it on you. It made you look dumb again.
All right, back to the drawing board I go.
And make no mistake, Frank has been amazing. He's done a lot of this. Like if he wants to, get to share
now
duties.
Greg's doing the thing where he's
there is no thing. Like I'm saying, Frank's done a lot of the work. I just don't think it has to be at my detriment. Like we can give him compliment. We can compliment other people without tearing others down. Right? We can lift everybody up.
I'm so sick of you. You disgust me.
Wow.
Well, I disgust you because you can still taste that, carbless from your breath last night at 3 a.m. or whenever you were out. You know,
I had a great deal yesterday too.
It was called a Bud Light for Mini Hoops Mania. Greg, glad you know what's going on, other than making sure Frank does my bachelor party.
I know what's going on. I was just trying to find a sponsor here.
Well. The Badgers up 51-36.
Another
Greg, nobody loves Greg Scalzo more than Greg Gard.
Oh,
Greg Gard,
love Gardo.
Huge Greg Scalzo fan.
Wait, my guy.
Really?
Yes, I'm not even joking.
Oh wow.
Greg Gard likes Greg Scalzo more than he likes me.
Oh wow, how did that happen, Greg? Greg and Greg?
I jumped right into, I joined the steering committee for Guarding Against Cancer early on. We built a nice relationship.
You know my people then.
And we hit it off. And there's just a lot of mutual respect there. He did beat Ben. Did he destroy me in a mini hoops challenge we did years ago, Ben? You remember when we did that?
He did beat you in the ESPN Madison offices.
And then Ben stole a very expensive cowboy hat from Greg Gard.
I didn't steal.
Stole Greg Gard's cowboy hat?
It was a cowboy hat themed signature event for Guarding Against Cancer.
Well, why would you steal anything?
I didn't steal it. He gave me it to wear for the event. And
did you give it back to him?
I did get it back to him, Greg.
No, did you give it back to him?
4 years later.
4 years. You basically stole that.
Wait.
It was in the Madison office. Apparently,
so right down the street.
I don't think he ever got it.
It wound up in my apartment for a while.
It wound up in Alex Stroh's apartment, and you're claiming you gave it back to Greg Gard.
This is embarrassing.
I know I gave it back to Greg Gard.
How do you know you gave it back?
I started this by saying Greg Scalzo is loved by Greg Gard, and this turned into
King of the spin zone.
Get out of here. We're back in 2 minutes. Go to work. Make up for the work I didn't.
Trying to catch the shrimp in his mouth.
Throw it my way. Throw it my way.
Exactly.
Me.
This all started to add up. My Spotify Wrapped had 5 songs in which our marketing teammates said, it looks like your top 5 songs are a bachelorette party.
Hey.
And now I just saw one of our teammates had a hibachi at their bachelorette party.
Oh, it was a female, huh?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. It's all starting to add up.
Girls know how to have fun.
Back in 2 minutes.
Protect your home and auto with a bundle from Progressive so you can stop worrying about them and invent new things to worry about, like snakes in your bedroom. Sure, that sounds incredibly irrational, but now that we've mentioned it, you are a little worried. The odds of one snake, let alone snakes plural, are so slim. But you might want to check. Oh, you're not near your bedroom. Guess you'll just have to sit there and worry about it.
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax Live Full Service. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile apps. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees.
With your Saganiac Planning Marquette recap, I'm Chris Larson. Number 25 Marquette rallied from down 10 at the half and 14 early in the second half for a gritty 89-87 win over Xavier at Madison Square Garden. Senior forward David Joplin, one of 5 MU players to hit double figures, finished with 14 points, including a humongous 3 with 27 seconds left to put Marquette up 4.
Joplin 3. Holla at your boy. Again. Holla at your boy. One more time. Holla at your boy. Marquette up 4.
The Golden Eagles advance to the Big East Tournament semifinals tonight, where they take on number 6 St. John's.
For more than 40 years, Network Health has been the trusted experts in health plans. Just like you, they're honest, hardworking, and grateful to call Wisconsin home. Whether you're seeking coverage for yourself, your family, or your employees, Network Health has you covered with a range of options, including individual and family marketplace plans, employer plans, and Medicare Advantage plans. Call Steve Fluellen, Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
Live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel, it is Kyle Bruston Nortman at the sportsbook in a booth. The boys are getting excited. They just placed their orders. Their tummies will be full, and they will be happy to speak with you, KBN Nation. 800-990.
Working hard to earn this food.
3776. That's the Carbo Soccer text line. See us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. The conversation is getting quiet around the Green Bay Packers. Getting really quiet. When I say around the Green Bay Packers, doing things. Right? Like, I mean, we've heard yesterday, if you missed it, Bradley Nortman on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy yesterday. Jason Wilde with Alex Strofe hosting. I don't have this audio. It's not on you. This is on me. He had said that the building is talking about Trey Hendrickson.
1265. There's some rumblings of this guy could be looking good.
But there might be one floor where the rumblings don't matter because it's not the person that you need to want the rumbling.
So who's rumbling?
Some
not people inside the building.
People. That's like us rumbling that we want to have, should I say it? We might want to have some type of 401k match.
Yeah, no, let me take this out. We want to have Jordan Love on the show, and Greg Scalzo gets to make the decision.
Right.
Everyone other than Greg Scalzo thinks we should have Jordan Love on the show. But Greg Scalzo is going to make that decision.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a little bit better than taking on Mr. CEO Craig Karmazin. Make sure you cut that, Kyle, for Sunday Karma.
So it's like the kids in the household saying, hey, Mom and Dad, we want to go to Hawaii. And then the mom and dad saying, that's nice. We appreciate that. We've got other plans. You don't know what it takes to go to Hawaii.
Yeah, let's listen to the audio since Kyle just took out the CEO.
I know that there are people that work in the building that would love to have Trey Hendrickson on their team. Don't care how old he is. But they know that Jeff Hafley last year was conjuring up a pass rush that that their guys were not good enough last year. I mean, Goody said that publicly, so I don't have to hide that fact. But that Trey Hendrickson would probably be worth the risk to those people. I don't think Goody and LaFleur have like a really bad relationship. I think there was a time when there was some, frustration or friction there that LaFleur he didn't have any interest in what LaFleur had to say. I think that's better now. But just because your coaches want you to trade for a soon-to-be 31-year-old pass rusher doesn't mean the general manager's going to do it.
Yeah, if Jason Wilde is always very careful with his words, because he's a big J journalist, much more so than we are. If he would have said, yeah, well, I guess that's except for Ben Brust, who's breaking the story of where and when the Packers are playing the Steelers in Ireland. But if he would have said there are some decision makers in the building that want Trey Hendrickson, then my heart starts beating. Then I'm starting to get excited. But it's no surprise there's people in the building that want Trey Hendrickson. Put the film on. I mean, there's tons of people that want Trey Hendrickson, but if it's not Goody, if it's not someone who has Goody's ear, then to me, it is just like us talking. It's like the kids talking, want to go on vacation, and the parents make the ultimate decision about if you want to do it. Now, do I think the Packers become legitimate contenders today if they get Trey Hendrickson, no matter what the draft capital is? And they have the cap space to do it. I do believe that. But nothing about it feels
You think
like
one player makes them a Super Bowl contender?
I do. I think that is their biggest flaw. I think they're also.
Do you think the wide receiver room now is just fine with Trey Hendrickson?
I think they're going to address that in different ways.
You're getting ahead of yourself here. Let's put it up on the poll, Strofe. How many guys are the Packers away from being a Super Bowl contender? We can use the impact player.
I think the poll is, does Trey Hendrickson make the Packers a Super Bowl team?
No, it's not. Kyle and
but plus the draft picks, assuming that there's a couple of decent draft picks that are starters.
No. How are we supposed to go into this draft after talking about Goody as 4 guys of 47 picks from 2017 to 2021, and sure, Edgerrin Cooper's going to be good. How are we supposed to have the track record of Goody, be calling out Goody, and say Trey Hendrickson is Reggie White?
Well,
he's not.
Wait a minute. He led NFL in sacks last season.
The last 2 seasons, he's been phenomenal.
Their defense was on the field 70% of the game.
Oh, okay.
But
now we're
it's not
moving
to take away from his
goalposts.
skill set. And now the biggest flaw of this team was the pass rush. That gets solved right now with a guy like Trey Hendrickson.
One guy doesn't solidify a front four. You know that, Brad.
But he will be doubled, and he still beats doubled, and that allows everyone else to get theirs.
No, I think we have to understand that this defense was top 10 in sacks, top 10 in total defense
but
as well.
you were saying that the top 10
wait
sacks
a minute,
was garbage because of the 2 games. Now we're going to use that stat in favor today.
Listen,
so you're going to use that against the Packers.
Ben,
now you're going to use it for the
Gray
Packers.
Scalzo was gone. You can calm down.
No, I ain't going to calm down.
Sit down.
I ain't calming down no more.
I got your back now.
Calm me down.
I got your back now. But I'm going to tell you this right now. The whole point is this, is that the Green Bay Packers had a defensive coordinator in Jeff Hafley that was able to cook up a great scheme to allow for this team to cook in certain games. Now, if you have the ability to bring somebody in like a Trey Hendrickson makes everybody else better around him. Is Rashawn Gary boo-boo? No. He's just a very good football player, but not a great football player. Kenny Clark is not trash.
Is he he's just a very good football player?
He's an above average. He's an above average football player.
So now you're moving from very good to above average.
He's a good bouncing around. He's a good football player. Kenny Clark,
we know that they need more than Trey Hendrickson.
No. Defensively, Trey Hendrickson can make this defense turn the corner because you add in Trey Hendrickson on top of what we know Jeff Hafley has shown that he can do in year 1 of bringing in a new defensive scheme. I truly believe that this Green Bay Packer defense can help elevate this team to be a championship contender, all by getting Trey Hendrickson. And offensively, am I disappointed that we did not add a number 1 wide receiver? Yes. But when you look at what this offense was able to do last year, this offense was one of the most high-scoring offenses in the NFL last year, averaging 27 points per game. So if they run it back at wide receiver, but then they have a better defense that they can depend on that can actually win them football games, that makes me feel more confident about the offense going into next year because we know they can put up points. I just want them to get a number 1 wide receiver. Trey Hendrickson overall makes this football team a Super Bowl contender. We are 1 player away from being a contender. Does it mean we're going to win? No. But it means we will now be back in the conversation of being a contender.
Well, and Trey Hendrickson.
Real quick, 800-990-3776. Strophe, you'll get a poll up. You choose what you believe is best.
Already posted. 100% say yes.
He's 4 straight Pro Bowlers.
Does Trey Hendrickson make this team a Super Bowl contender?
And my answer is yes. 4 straight years of Pro Bowl. He was a All-Pro last year, 2nd in Defensive Player of the Year. You throw a guy like that on there, now he's going to be 31. We're not going to have him for 6 years, but for 2 or 3 years, he is going to be a guy that every team needs a game plan against. And like you said, the Packers were already top 10 in defense. So if you correct their biggest flaw, you get pressure on the quarterback, that already puts me believing that, you know what? what? They can get off the field when they need to.
Yep.
They can get after the quarterback. They can do things that can neutralize other teams. Then you are just one wide receiver away. And we know that it won't take a first-round draft pick.
They're one wide receiver away?
And you draft him. You draft that guy.
And you think the drafting of the wide receiver is going to just be the guy right away after the guys that we've drafted in Jaden Reed in the second round, we're seeing him disappear. But the guy that they bring in this year magically is just going to be better than all that.
I mean, that's where I say.
You're just jumping to conclusions based off the evidence we have that isn't there for the wide receiver group.
I would say Trey Hendrickson, if we're asking how many guys away are the Packers, he accounts for at least 2 guys.
Oh, yeah.
His impact is worthy of 2 starters.
I don't understand how you watched this football team last year that clearly had flaws. Now you get a guy that literally can get to the quarterback by himself. He can change a game by himself, and you don't think that can make a positive impact on your defense, but more importantly, help your offense as well. If your offense has to score a little less, like if the Packers offense has a down game, they're only able to get maybe 17 points.
Which happens from time to time.
It's good to know that you have a defense that has somebody on the opposite side that can harass the quarterback, that can pin their ears back and make a play. I will never forget in the Super Bowl when Kevin Green, a former linebacker coach for the Green Bay Packers, said to Clay Matthews, "It's time, Clay. It's time." Trey Henderson is in the exact same DNA and fabric of a Clay Matthews. He can make a play when you need one, and the Packers don't have that right now.
You know what else about Trey Hendrickson? He's got a little grit to him. He's a little dirty. Not calling him dirty, but he's got a little edge to him.
Yeah, you need a little edge.
The Packers need a little bit of that feistiness, a little bit of that staunch, hard-nosed defense that honestly the Packers just lack most of the time.
Look, there's no doubt that Trey Hendrickson makes the Packers infinitely better and helps the defensive line. They lost TJ Slayton. They didn't go get any interior pieces. Kenny Clark wasn't productive. And we did the whole thing last year where in this new scheme, Kenny Clark's going to thrive, and he didn't thrive. Rashawn Gary, off of his first year of an ACL injury, heading into his second year, should play better. He didn't. So it's just hard for me to say that Trey Hendrickson makes them that Super Bowl contender.
Seriously? You just said they lost T.J. Slayton. If you swap T.J. Slayton for Trey Hendrickson, I think you're in a little bit better of a spot.
Excuse me, we're not comparing positions here. I'm just talking about the line overall. And basically, I love this hypothetical conversation. You know what it is? A bunch of stupid nonsense again.
It is hypothetical.
I spent 2 weeks about Devontae Adams and DK Metcalf and this and that, and none of it's happened. So
that's fair.
I think that's where my anger is right now.
Yeah,
I think I'm just saying, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I'm just sick of being beaten down by hope.
Because this would be among, if not the biggest move of the entire offseason. Whoever goes out and trades for Trey Hendrickson, that might be the biggest move of the offseason. We think the Packers are going to be at the forefront of the biggest move of the offseason. That sounds like the Eagles written all over it.
I guess my biggest beef with this whole conversation is the fact that we know Goody isn't considering this, and we all just don't know why. Right? We don't know why. It does not take a general manager, somebody who's been in the NFL for 30 years or 25-plus years, to recognize how talented Trey Hendrickson is and the difference he can make on specifically your defense. And so that's why it's just baffling to me why this isn't a serious consideration inside of Lambeau, inside of Green Bay, because this actually could really help this football team get closer to what their ultimate goal is. And so this is why it bothers me so much.
Well, and just, I'm just my own opinion on this. It sounds like Jason might have been talking to players or coaches. Players or coaches, it knows there's an issue. And so when it's not being addressed, this is where that friction within the building can continue to arise.
And this is why they talked about it at the Super Bowl about the wide receivers. Yeah. It's the same thing. But Goody at the Combine said, we played this the other day, that it doesn't matter what his players say. It has no impact on his decision-making. He literally said that.
That's a strong statement.
He basically pulled the Kyle. I love talking to my players. I love having conversations.
I love Green Bay.
But it doesn't affect anything that I'm going to do as a general manager of the team. But what should affect what you do moving forward for your lawn is going to weedman.com right now.
Woo!
The
Love me some Weedman.
Weedman.com. You want to have a lawn that you're feeling proud looking at. Not like me right now. That's why I went to Weedman. I was like, hey, guys, need some help here. And they're going to help. They're going to help myself. I know Brad and Kyle were like, oh, gosh, we got to jump in this too.
Yep. Yeah.
Weedman's coming to all of our houses. Let Weedman come to yours. The lush, green, weed-free yard that you deserve. Kid and Strove.
You know, kid and pet friendly.
Why do I struggle with kid and pet friendly?
I don't know.
I think because it's so meaningful to you.
I'm so
because we know your dog's your baby girl.
About it.
Yes.
I have 2 dogs and a daughter. Kid and pet friendly. There we go.
There it is.
Golf course quality fertilizer, effective weed control, weedman.com. Get 50% off your first treatment, half off at weedman.com. Does Trey Hendrickson move the needle for everyone? I think we're all just desperate, and so we're all getting ahead of ourselves next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
I was like, it's the 4-1-4 hour at 4.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the kid who got picked on the sports team. I was like, oh, you want me? No way. Because all last week, it was so much fun to do that. And I was like, well, I guess it's back to Kyle doing it now. And when you said, want to do it with me? I was like, oh, yeah, let's do it.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, looks like we're starting off with an accident on southbound 43, just south of North Avenue, off on the right shoulder. So watch out for the delays kicking in pretty much from Hampton all the way down to that point. Northbound slowing down right around the North Avenue curve as well, up towards Keith. Westbound 94 backing up from 25th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound's got some heavy traffic from around 84th to Hawley Road. Southbound on 41 backing up from Good Hope Road all the way down past Capitol Drive. Escape to the Knickerbocker on the lake. Enjoy stunning lake views, luxurious rooms, and exceptional dining. Experience timeless charm and modern luxury in the heart of Milwaukee. Book your stay at knickerbockeronthelake.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, showers and storms likely. Some of them may be strong. It'll be breezy with a low of 50 tomorrow. Very windy, partly to mostly cloudy with an isolated shower, a high of 61. Catch the lucky deal at Tsunami Express Car Wash, March 10th through the 17th. New customers get your first month for just $10 on-site only. Plus, 5 lucky members will win a $1 membership for April. Visit Tsunami Express today. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
At Citizens Bank, community banking is you, growing your business with a partner who gets it. It's you, buying your first home with a lender who makes it easy. It's you, building a future with savings that work just as hard as you. And it's us, working together to strengthen our community. Because at Citizens Bank, community banking means you plus us. Visit us at citizensbankwi.bank. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Are you ready to shake things up at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee? All you gotta do is toss your rewards card into your favorite slots for drawing entries and a chance to be in the Roll for Riches game show. What's on the table? Oh, just $300K in cash and prizes. Play this March, and Thursday nights, you could get on a winning streak that, frankly, you deserve. Let it ride and Roll for Riches. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Elevate your game day gear or any outfit with official merchandise from the Milwaukee Bucks Pro Shop. From authentic jerseys to exclusive apparel and accessories, the Bucks Pro Shop has everything you need to showcase your fandom wherever you go. Cheer the deer to victory with authentic Milwaukee Bucks items. Visit us at the Bucks Pro Shop at Fiserv Forum or Bayshore Mall, or shop online at shop.bucks.com.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
That weird Wisconsin weather is here. Snow one day, sun the next. But you can always count on Tsunami Express to keep your car clean. With 6 locations across southeastern Milwaukee, Tsunami Express helps fight that salt, grime, and mud with powerful vacuums and state-of-the-art wash technology. Technology like their best-in-class T2 with graphene for a long-lasting shine and protection. Stop at any Tsunami Express location and get your first wash free when you sign up online at TsunamiExpress.com. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Terms and conditions apply. First wash free for new members only.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Oh, KBN Nation, on a day like today, you don't even need to pretend that you can be underneath the warm sun. You get to actually enjoy it, and enjoy it with a Carb Bliss. It's a Friday night after all, so might as well kick back, relax, and enjoy the new Tropical Bliss Variety Pack. I'm talking blood orange, watermelon, raspberry, grapefruit, not to mention the mango vodka cocktail that's sold in its 4-pack. You can take that tropical experience, enjoy it with a Carb Bliss underneath the warm Wisconsin sun today. Not only that, we're here at Potawatomi, and we're watching the games. You know Carb Bliss is right here. I see several Carb Blisses already as people are enjoying the games, so might as well be like me, be like everyone here, and really send your weekend in with a bang with a Carb Bliss, because you know it's a guilt-free experience. No sugar, no carbs, no gluten. That means no guilt, just 100 calories, and it's based right here in the great state of Wisconsin. So whether it be to just kick back and relax or enjoy a guilt-free experience, you know that less is more with Carb Bliss.
Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Brad Norman hanging out at the Potawatomi Casino Hotel's brand new sports book. It is amazing. It is so amazing to see all the energy. It is just, you look around, somebody's locked in on a screen.
There goes my waiter from before, Andrew.
What are you doing?
He was my waiter when I was here last time.
We're
Fantastic.
doing a radio show.
No,
Shut up.
I'm just saying it's so great here. That's the type of relationship that you have. You remember Andrew.
Didn't turn around look at you.
Andrew
was like,
didn't even,
that table sucks.
He didn't even break stride.
Nope.
He kept on walking, Kyle.
Maybe he didn't like us. He was my boy, though.
Andrew.
It was great, man.
It is great, though. It is great.
Is Trey Hendrickson going to come to the Green Bay Packers?
No, you know what? You remember how when you said, and then we all did it, if the Green Bay Packers make the playoffs, we jump into Lake Michigan when they were like 2-5. This is as unlikely as a situation like that. Right?
Oh, I wish that
it was like, what, like 7% at that
would
time?
Would you jump in Lake Michigan?
I would jump into Lake. Yes, I would. If we trade for Trey Hendrickson, I'm jumping to Lake Michigan again.
Okay, you heard it there.
I will also jump into Lake Michigan, and the good news is Lake Michigan will not be very cold because it will happen in April and not January.
Well,
is there any other?
Look, the reason why I said Strofe is because I knew you'd come in with us because you're an OG.
Thanks,
kind of a trenches guy, which I respect.
Thank you.
But I was just making sure you cut that, and we have that as evidence because Kyle will not be backing down from this one like he backs down against you in a race.
Wow. Well done, Benny. Yeah. Benny's got that Scalzo fire now after he's calmed down.
I'm not going to lie. I've been really angry ever since he joined the show.
I've
been really angry.
I got to say, that man is the master of owning you. It's legitimately impressive how no matter what great case you have against him, he's going to find a way to spin it on you. And
he literally didn't do anything.
I couldn't believe my eyes and ears.
I mean,
I couldn't believe it.
It was also impressive the details that Ben purposely left out when he told us that story last week. And Greg provided the additional context, which actually didn't make him look that bad at all.
Yeah, I'm aware. I listened to this segment. Are you trying to make me more mad?
Yeah.
No, I love you, and the Badgers are winning by 16 points, so I just want you to be happy.
All is well. All is well.
Hey, say you love me back.
All is well. Nope, not going to do that. But what I was going to say, Kyle, is it's still the same Lake Michigan that you're scared of.
Yeah, no, it's disgusting. It is a disgusting body of water. And I just heard that 10,000 gallons of wastewater just got poured into the lake, or a river. But at the end of the day, it's all worth it if we're getting Trey Hendrickson. So I have some weird gangrene growing on me. Hey, my Packers have a chance to win a Super Bowl.
How about this as well? If the Packers trade for Trey Hendrickson,
you got to go in with floaties since you don't go into the water.
I'll do that. Give me some rubber ducky.
If the Packers trade for Trey Hendrickson, I'll put my money where my mouth is. We're at Potawatomi. I will buy a Packers win the NFC, go to the Super Bowl ticket for a 2025 season. I don't know how much, but I'll do it. It'll be at least $50.
Yeah,
I'll buy at least $50.
No, But no, I think, Ben, this is the thing that you're missing, is that the Green Bay Packers.
Bet for me.
Listen, we sat here. Hell, we were at Pato not too far after, probably around this time last year when we were talking about the Green Bay Packers and getting excited for what they could be next year, right? And so now we're at the point where we had a level of excitement where we thought the Packers could actually make a run last year going into the season, where this year we know the Packers have absolutely no shot of going to the Super Bowl if they do not add another piece. And that is unfortunate.
Well,
and that's
from
why
a betting
we feel so
perspective,
bad.
since we're at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Sportsbook, Brad, you know that if you just place it after Hendrickson, the odds are worse for you.
Yes.
So you almost have to go out on a limb now if you actually think it's a possibility. Otherwise, you're not getting the best value of the bet.
That's how unlikely I think it is, because I don't think he's doing it. But it almost
so you're willing to take. What you're saying is it's so unlikely we're willing to take worse odds.
Yes.
On the bet because it's so unlikely, and if it does happen, you'll still be excited.
Well, and that's what goes into like my almost feeling on this, is because this time last year the Packers would have signed McKinney, they signed Jacobs. Optimism was high. We were like, oh my, let's go. I mean, NFC Championship game, that seems so realistic. This year, the team wins double-digit games, still makes the playoffs, gets bounced by the eventual Super Bowl champion, and we're sitting here thinking like optimism is significantly lower. It would take a seismic league trade for us to feel any level of optimism we felt last year. It's just a state where the Packers are right now.
The Green Bay Packers need an established starter. So whether it's at the receiver position or whether or not it's at their end position or finding somebody who can rush the quarterback or be disruptive, we need the Green Bay Packers to have an established guy that can come in and be impactful day one. And until the Green Bay Packers get that, the level of optimism is going to be lower than what it was.
Until the Green Bay Packers get that, it's going to be what we know it's going to be.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate.
The same thing, sort of just a revolving door of average defensive line play since probably 2021 when Zadarius Smith got all sensitive that he wasn't a captain.
And it's the worst thing the Green Bay Packers can do and Goody can do is value a first-round draft pick, right? An unknown, rather than trying to get somebody that you know is talented. Because one thing we know about Goody is Goody cannot draft in the first round when it comes to the defensive side of the football. In the first round, he has sucked.
Well, and what's crazy is it doesn't sound like he'll even take a first-round draft pick. Who knows what's wrong? I think it's going to take a second.
It sounds like they've been asking for a first, and that's a little too rich for a lot of people around the league.
Would you rather Goody trade a first or a second? He seems to cook more in the second round.
No, you don't do that. Second round. We understand.
Take the first.
The thought of him potentially actually being able to finally hit 1 out of 10 times.
Yeah. He's overdue. He's overdue for a hit.
Yeah, we thought he was overdue for the last
even though
couple
he
years.
stinks at it, it's a stupid way to think, to be like, just give up a 1 because he's better with 2. You know that, Brad.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. If he does trade for Trey Hendrickson with the 2, and they draft a wide receiver in round 1, which they will do. I'm calling it right now.
Right.
They're going to draft a wide receiver in round 1. I'll tell you why.
Coming up next, Brad's going to tell us why he thinks the Packers are going to do something they haven't done since 2001 and why Goody is going to do something that he's never done when there's been better wide receiver draft classes, and he's going to do it next year. But first, you're going to tell us why Strofe is going to have a kid in 6 years.
Yeah, Strofe's going to have a kid in 6 years. It's amazing what all happens over the course of a 6-year time frame. Look at Alex Strofe for the perfect case study of that. But even more so with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, because they are now offering a limited time, so you got to hurry. No interest for 6 years. That's 72 months. Think of everything that is going to happen in the next 6 years. One thing that will stay the same is paying no interest on those beautiful, functional, durable, money-saving Pella Windows and Doors. It is a deal you just cannot pass up. If you've been listening to us for any length of time, you know that a deal like this does not come around often. So don't walk, run to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, because this deal ends on March 31st. So get that consultation beforehand to take advantage of 6 years of interest-free financing.
2002, Javon Walker.
Yeah, he's overdue. He's overdue.
Next.
This is Kyle Broston-Nortman.
The comments were so mean, but they also were kind of funny.
Wait, I didn't see the comments.
They said popcorn back in middle school must have been tough.
Please don't pick me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We are still dealing with this crash on southbound 43 south of North Avenue. It's off on the right shoulder, so watch for the delays. They're really kind of kicking in from before Capitol Drive, all the way past that scene down through the Marquette. On the northbound side, slowing down from Fond du Lac Avenue up to Keefe. We've got westbound 94 slowing from just before 27th Street too, about Mitchell Boulevard. And then we've got an issue off the freeway system. Highway 100 southbound at Madison Street. This is right near Greenfield. The center lane is blocked with an incident, so just be extra careful with that. It's going to be a little bit tight through that area. Traffic is brought to you by Snow River Mountain Resort in Michigan's UP. Over 125 inches of pure natural powder this season. Visit snowriver.com to book now. Snow River Mountain Resort, where the snow stays longer and the lines move faster. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, showers and storms likely. Some of them might be strong. Breezy with a low of 50. Tomorrow, very windy, partly to mostly cloudy. Otherwise, with an isolated shower, a high of 61. Weather's brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Introducing the newest carbless flavor, Mango Vodka. Flavored with the essence of the ripest, freshest mangoes, carbless mango vodka will transport your taste buds to a sunny beach getaway. New flavor, still the same carbless crafted cocktails with 0 carbs, 0 sugars, and only 100 calories. Enjoy a refreshing vodka cocktail without the guilt. 4-packs of the new carbless mango vodka cocktail are available in stores near you. Find your bliss today at drinkcarbless.com and escape with every sip.
Fingers come in different sizes.
It's one of the first things you learn as a jeweler.
And a ring can only be sized up or down a little bit.
Which means it's a really good thing to know your ring size.
And it's an even better thing to know their ring size.
This is why we're announcing
the Ring Size Registry at Kessler's.
We're doing it as a public service. It's completely free.
Free. Isn't that a great price?
Here's how it works.
Just drop into any Kessler's Diamonds location and tell one of the owners that you'd like to know your ring size.
Kessler's is an employee-owned company, so whoever greets you at the door is an owner.
They'll determine your ring sizes and add them to our Ring Size Registry.
Then, when someone wants to know your ring size...
Because, maybe they want to surprise you.
All they have to do is call or stop into Kessler's.
Surprises can be fun, don't you think?
We're happy to do this for you, even if you don't buy a ring from us.
But after you take a look around, we think you probably will. Visit KesslersDiamonds.com for a location near you and register your ring sizes today.
No shortcuts, no compromises, just the job done right. At Exterior Pros, we don't just meet expectations, we crush them. Every nail, every window, every shingle is a step toward your home's next chapter. From the moment we start until that final reveal, we're committed to making your home better than ever. Quality products and craftsmanship you can count on. Go to the pros for your next project. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is hosting another Scramble tournament with $1,000 in cash prizes available. Hey ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellison, and Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center invites you to play in a 2-man scramble at TPC Sawgrass, all from their comfortable golf simulators. Grab a friend and sign up today at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com. The tournament costs $120 per pairing and is happening now through March 31st. Your winter chance to play TPC Sawgrass awaits. wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Unthinkable. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman hanging with you. KBN Nation 800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text Live list is more. Brad, take it away because you've had some bad takes recently.
Have you guys ever seen or at least heard of the movie Night at the Roxbury? You guys ever heard of that movie?
I thought you were going to say Night at the Museum. I was going to say, yes, I heard of Night at the Museum.
Well, this was at the Roxbury.
A 90s comedy film where they say, why would we go out for burgers when we got steak at home, right?
Oh, wow.
That can be to a lot of different things. And I'm thinking Goody is thinking the same exact thing. We get after Goody for not being active in the wide receiver market, right? Not going after Devontae Adams, not going after Cooper Kupp, if that's your flavor of the day. T. Higgins doesn't seem like he'll be available, but they have never really dove into that market. I'm thinking Goody's thinking the same thing. Why would I go and get an old burger when I can possibly have steak at home? I think that's what he's thinking when it comes to this. He even said, Goody's words were, that guys are more polished and more ready at the wide receiver position than they ever have before. And I think that actually goes to this draft as well. The only reason you don't even call Devontae Adams is because you know that the big void of your team, where you like to go young, where you like speed, where you like when you see guys year after year after year that are game changers, are round one wide receivers. You see it all over the league, and you're reminded of all the time when you play, the Minnesota Vikings with Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson. So I think he's looking at it and saying, you know what? I'm not even going to wade in those waters when it comes to wide receivers in the free agency, because I know in the first round, I'm going to go get a wide receiver. And there's 4 bona fide guys that are top wide receivers. I'm not going to go into their names, but there are 4 guys that are capable, polished, ready to be game changers in the NFL. For too long, the Packers have let those guys slip by, and they get taken in the second round. They get taken right after them.
Making a lot of sense, Brad.
Oh, no, he's not.
But it makes too much sense.
No, I need a drug test. I need to text this man. He just said, I know. You said, I know.
He is going to text.
No,
he's going to take a receiver in the first round.
You said, I know, in first round, in receiver, in Green Bay Packer, all in the same sentence. You're hot.
It's one of those. It's too aligned, Kyle. The stars are aligning too much. There's receivers there for the taking. It's their only void. They didn't go after him in free agency.
Why are you guys looking up at this guy like
ain't no stars
I'm seeing all the beautiful TVs of Potawatomi. I'm imagining stars and satellites completely aligning perfectly to this is the year.
Yeah, you're imagining
this is the year, Kyle.
You're imagining this. You really think that you think that Goody right now decided he wasn't going to go get a receiver because he was going to go grab a receiver in the first round? That would be stupid on him to really just bank on he'll be able to get some receiver to fall to him. Remember when Justin Jefferson got drafted in the same draft as, I believe, Jordan Love, and they're saying that the Green Bay Packers initially really wanted to get Justin Jefferson. But what happened? He got drafted, and now they had to draft Jordan Love, which it all worked out. But you cannot predict how the draft board is going to fall out on the draft day. So you can't sit here and say, I'm going to ignore free agency and go ahead and draft some guy at wide receiver. But the fact that you think the Green Bay Packers are really thinking about drafting a guy at wide receiver for the first time since 2002? 2002?
And here's the other reason why I know it is because you look at Romeo, look at the roster composition, right? Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson. They're not going to get re-signed by the Green Bay Packers. They got 1 year left with the Green Bay Packers. So you're down 2 starting wide receivers. All you're left with is Jaden Reed, Dontavian Wicks, Bo Melton. There's no way that Goody looks at
Malik Heath.
Malik Heath, excuse me, don't want to disrespect Malik Heath. There's no way that Goody looks at this team and says, oh yeah, our championship window, that looks like a caliber of wide receiver room that is capable of winning a Super Bowl. No. Goody, this is the year. I see it. I feel it. I'm reading the tea leaves that you're putting out there. He's not even worried about going out there and getting burgers because he's got steak at home.
He doesn't have steak at home. He's still got to go to a store. Yes, get off the weed. But he has to literally go to an auction and figure out which steak he's going to be able to get.
But he's budgeted to go get that steak.
No,
and he knows it. I am not leaving until I get that steak.
He might reach for a steak that's out of his price range, and then it could backfire.
Well, that is his fault because of not actually signing anyone. He didn't bring the burger home in a doggy bag to at least have dinner.
Brad, when you thought of this take, you thought you was cooking, huh?
No, I know I'm cooking. I know what's going to happen. It's going to be what's
cooking.
It's the 25th, April 25th. I'm going to be laughing at you guys when Roger Goodell goes up there and says, and for the 23rd pick in the NFL draft, the Green Bay Packers select XYZ superstar wide receiver out of XYZ
you
University.
Might be right. If he does it, what's probably going to happen is he's going to draft XYZ receiver that had an RAS score through the roof, but was projected to probably be a late second rounder, early third rounder. But then the Green Bay Packers reached because his scores were off the chart, just like a Christian Watson who had scores off the charts.
And he's full of potential.
Yeah, full of potential.
Yeah, you might be laughing at me then. But I do believe this is the year, not only based on what Goody said about wide receivers, not being active competitive in the free agent wide receiver market, knowing that 2 starting wide receivers will not even be on your team in 2026, it is teed up so perfectly. The fairway is open. Goody sees the ball, driver in his hand. He's just got to whack it, and he's going to whack it, folks.
No, and he's going to go back to his bag for a 3-wood because he can't keep the driver in play in the first round. He needs to just take the safe play, and he's going to do what he always does and going to go defensive back.
So you're saying there's no chance? You're saying that you wouldn't, if you were to say
why would
four positions?
All of these years, it's been 23 years that I'm just like, yep, this is the year. This is the year.
I would say.
I just want to be very clear for a second. We talk about Weed Man a lot. It is a lawn care service.
That, he ain't
coming over to the Northman
for,
Estate.
yeah.
I don't know if they've been there yet.
They need it. Northman Estate.
The wrong Weed Man came to his house. He got duped and confused. Whatever you ate, that wasn't Starburst.
That wasn't the children and pet safe.
No, hell no.
Cody says you need cows to have steak at home, and we got a bunch of lambs.
That one hit deep. That one hit real deep. I'll go out and say it. I expect Goody to take a wide receiver 1. I will be disappointed if he doesn't do it.
No, he's going to do it. He's going to think he's going to do it in the second round. That's what he's going to do.
The weed.
No, listen.
Strofe, is Brad onto something, or are we worried about his health?
Here's the thing. You might be telling me to do the same thing, Stephen A., because I think Brad's onto something. I think a round 1 wide receiver is very, very much in play this year.
That's right, Strofe.
And in my defense, I've never said that in years past.
Do you know how many years it's been in play?
No, I've never really thought it was, because to your point on Goody, he does believe, and he's been proven right for the most part, that he can find wide receiver talent. This goes back to Ted Thompson as well, in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th rounds, right? Like, think of Jordy Nelson, think of Greg Jennings, think of Jaden Reed.
He, as the general manager of the Green Bay Packers, Goody has not been able to basically replicate what his predecessor and Ted Thompson was able to do. Once you fail at something, you need to do something different. But unfortunately, what we have learned from Goody is that Goody does not learn from things and do it differently. He
hold on a minute.
To his play.
Hold on a minute.
Hold on a minute. What?
I understand we're going to give him knocks on these guys, right? And I know you guys talked about that a little bit yesterday with Josh Myers and Eric Stokes and A.J. Dillon combining for less than $10 million on the open market. But the last 2 draft classes, while the first-round picks have not lived up to the expectation, everybody else, for the most part, has. He's had really, really good draft classes the last 2 years.
Well, we're talking about the wide receiver position right now, not the draft class.
Are we good? I understand there was a disappearing act, but Jaden Reed's been great. Christian Watson, when he's been healthy, has been really solid.
Like, we can't.
Shut up. Christian Watson's been really solid when healthy.
He had
really solid.
A Randy Moss-esque streak in his rookie year.
Really solid.
He had some big games last year.
Do you know what a streak is? A streak is a temporary moment in time. It's not something that is consistent. It's not your identity. You just got hot in a moment. Let's not act like he's really good.
Let's not act like he's been a scrub either. He's been solid.
He's been inconsistent.
He's been so solid with the way that he's been drafting wide receivers that we want to get a wide receiver number 1. Do you realize that doesn't make sense?
I do understand that you are parsing through words and saying that I'm not denying the fact a true number 1 and a proven commodity is necessary. That's why I wanted Devontae Adams. I think Goody recognizes the fact that they have a shortcoming wide receiver, thus why he would use a first-round pick on it.
I also believe,
I think you're wrong.
The other positions that he might be tempted to take on, D-end, cornerback, he's done that in the past to no real avail, to be honest. And the need is greater in the wide receiver room, and he knows that.
The Packers wide receivers aren't steaks. They're more like hot dogs or cocktail, corn dogs.
Mini dog.
That's a little bit disrespectful. I mean, they're all a bunch of wide receiver 2s and 3s.
Cocktail corn dogs?
Little like 1 inch. The other word for him.
That's I just was staying away from it, Strofe.
Yeah.
Oh, well, why? Like, are we talking about the ones you put in barbecue?
No.
We're not referring.
It rhymes with penny.
You didn't even need to do that.
Oh, it doesn't rhyme with penny.
You know you can say. Okay.
I can say it, but it's also after Kyle's 3 Fridays ago. I stay away from any word that is near the male reproductive system. We're going to break.
I was like, what the hell party are you
going to break?
Cocktail corn dogs.
What rhymes with
I was tracking.
I know Brad knew what was going on. Next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
Do you wash your shins in the shower? We shower from hair to kneecap. The rest can drip down our legs to our feet.
It doesn't work that way.
No, it does work that way.
What does the poll say?
34% don't wash their shins.
That is shockingly low. KBN Nation, you're better than that.
Yeah, it sounds like we have a lot of disgusting human beings on this planet.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Seriously injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point. With Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
The culture in Dallas is a problem. And when your best player in Micah Parsons feels like he has to respond to any and everything that people say about him or about the Cowboys, that becomes an issue. To Tank Lawrence's point, if you spend a little less time tweeting, a little more time winning, maybe I'm sticking around. Maybe I stay in Dallas for less money. But how can you sell me on spending the twilight of my career playing irrelevant football when it comes to winning championships for less money? It doesn't make sense. The only reason you take less at this stage in your career is because you want to win. So I don't see any issue with how Tank Lawrence handled himself yesterday, and I hope that Michael Parsons had an introspective moment, because what I saw yesterday was a lack of maturity. And in order for the Dallas Cowboys to get to where they want to go, they either need him to grow up in a hurry or they need to move on.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Menards is the one-stop shop for huge savings on new, energy-efficient appliances. Upgrade your home today and save big on top appliance brands including KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, Amana, and Criterion. Buy now, save now on Whirlpool appliances you can take home today. Check out our entire selection of home appliances on Menards.com. Plus, view the weekly flyer for many other great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
It's time for the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Marquette fans, Buffalo Wild Wings is the official viewing party location for Marquette road games. Marquette watch parties will continue for all Big East and NCAA tournament games.
The 25th ranked Golden Eagles are moving on in the Big East tournament following a gritty 89-87 win over Xavier at Madison Square Garden. Senior forward David Joplin, one of 5 MU players to hit double figures, finished with 14 points and 6 rebounds, including a humongous 3 with 27 seconds remaining to put Marquette up 4.
Joplin 3. Holla at your boy. Again. Holla at your boy. One more time. Holla at your boy. Marquette up 4.
Senior guard Cam Jones led Marquette with 28 points. The Golden Eagles advance to the Big East Tournament semifinals tonight, where they take on number 6 St. John's for a trip to the championship game Saturday night.
This has been the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Check out the Golden Eagles watch party schedule at gomarquette.com/BWW for upcoming locations. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
One more time.
Wisconsin handling business, taking themselves into the semifinals of the Big Ten tournament. I want to say noon Central on CBS. against Michigan State. So something to look forward to after your Friday night, whatever you got planned.
Get ready
The
for
Badgers will be playing at noon on CBS. Following us on 94.5 ESPN, we'll be leading you into Marquette pregame. And then Homer and the Hall of Famer Tony Smith will have the call in their semifinal matchup against St. John's. Live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, and Brad Nortman. Alex Strofer in the show, UKVN Nation, 800-990-3776. And as always, streaming on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. I love this so much.
Just the tournament time.
I love this so much.
You are in your element. College basketball, Potawatomi.
How much money do you think I have pending right now?
Ooh, no,
money?
Yeah.
At least a stack.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna say
hold on, real
1,500.
quick. Real quick, stack is 1,000.
Yes, it is. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Ben, this is only for conference tournament games.
This is just for Friday. Yes.
Oh goodness, I don't think it's that much. I'm gonna go 500.
Oh, I'm gonna go. You said just today. Just today. I'm gonna go $1,250. $1,250.
That much?
Yep. Yeah, I think it's at least 1,000. 1,000.
I gotta do some math here.
Oh boy.
Do it out loud.
He's typing a lot of stuff in.
$1,500.
Oh my gosh! I'll throw out how many bets. Or should we guess that too?
Guess that.
Oh, 6?
6? No.
Anything more than that?
He probably got at least
like $250 a bet.
No, yeah.
11 games.
11 games.
2-1 to start the day.
Attaboy.
That's a lot. That's a lot of action.
We'll take a win.
What's the most obscure game?
The most obscure game. That's a great question.
That is a great question.
It is Bethlehem.
Come on.
Money line against Jackson State.
Come on. There's no way.
Wait, Bethlehem? What's Bethlehem?
It is a hedge. Just in case. It's a SWAC conference member.
SWAC?
Yeah.
You mean Bethune-Cookman?
Bethune.
You don't even know the name
Oh, wow.
It's a hedge. You said the obscure.
My man is betting. He
doesn't even know the name of the college.
doesn't even know.
You're just guessing.
No, that one's a hedge because if Bethune beats Jackson State,
Bethlehem.
Come on.
Bethlehem.
I was like, wait, who is you talking? I never heard of this school.
Yeah.
They're in the SWAC.
He said the SWAC.
What's it
okay. Bethune-Cookman.
Bethune.
That's an HBCU.
Correct.
Historically black college.
Go
university.
Bethune.
Yeah, there it is. Go Bethune.
Well, actually, I hope they lose because the hedge, because I'll make more money if Bethune loses long term.
So go Jacksonville State. Jackson State.
Jackson State.
Oh,
so I've got a really crazy story about Bethune-Cookman.
Oh, really?
So we were playing in Jacksonville, and Strofe, you should find this picture as I describe it and put it on the stream. So, Bethune-Cookman was a band playing at halftime at Carolina, right? So it's a legit game. This isn't like a preseason game. This is a regular season game. And the specialists are always out there with at least 5 minutes to go to get ready and kick. And the band arrived late, and they were scrambling in late onto halftime, and they continued playing their set up until like double zeros on the clock in halftime. So they played longer than they should have. And Graham, not to put Graham going out there on blast, but the pictures are out there. He went out there and kicked. Like he was in between the marching band lines, and he went out there and kicked, and he got a lot of anger.
I have it on the video screen right now. It is
an unbelievable picture. And JJ Jansen and I,
it's up now.
Yeah, I have it up right now.
Oh my God. It was Photoshop.
So it was ridiculous. It was in Tampa. It was in Tampa Bay. That's why I'm remembering it. It was unbelievable. He just kept on kicking field goals while they were doing their marching band lines.
You know, at HBCUs, the marching band is more entertaining than the football game.
Yeah, and they did great.
Yeah, they do. They're serious about that.
This may be a stupid question. You can just call me whatever you want to.
Sure,
is drumline based off? Is it high schools or is that college HBCUs? HBCUs.
Drumline, the movie with Nick Cannon, is based off of like HBCU band culture and experience.
And so it's okay for me to think that's the experience I would have, and you saying
you saw the white boy in that movie.
Yeah. He had to learn how to get some rhythm because he lost the third line to the fourth line because he didn't have any rhythm.
Yeah, he had to learn how to move them hips.
He had the Brad Nortman tight hips, or actually he had the Alex Strope tight hips.
I'll tell you what, I love the Wisconsin marching band, but it's a little more stiff than an HBCU.
You think?
So, when I watched Bethune-Cookman, I was like, they're jamming out there. They're jamming. And Graham's kicking through them.
The fact that you still remember it was Bethune-Cookman is hilarious.
Oh, man. Graham wrote an apology.
What did I call
he had a public apology. and Bethune-Cookman was like, we thought it was totally fine. Yeah, it was hilarious. But people were so mad at him for kicking during it. And he's like, I got a job to do.
HBCUs.
That's how it was spun.
Yeah, he was Harrison Butker before his time.
What did he say? He said, "Man, I didn't realize I was gonna get so much hot water."
This is ridiculous. So it was funny.
I got to perform. If I miss the kick, HBCU's not going to get yelled at by Ron Rivera.
Oh, man, wild. Jackson State. Jackson State.
Another HBCU, I believe.
Jackson State is. That's where Coach Prime was at prior to.
I don't understand how that's a hedge still, but.
Yeah, because don't worry about it.
Okay.
1,500 pending, down to 1,200 pending because we went 2-1 on the other $100 units.
So you're up.
We got out there. Yeah. It's a good start today. Long way to go, Kyle. You don't start counting the chickens when you got that many games.
Do you bet every day of the tournament? Like from now until the tournament's end?
From now until the end of the tournament, there will be action on every single time. First four, 16 seed.
You do on the first four? The 16 seed play-in?
That's fun. That's a thrill.
Do you know what you can get in your blood flow on a Tuesday night in Dayton, Ohio?
That's a good point.
Tuesdays are boring at night.
Yeah.
That's not true. When you have the first four on TBS.
I will say it is like the perfect intersection of your life, right? Betting Benny and college basketball Benny. I get why you put that action on.
I'm going to go with my better judgment here and decline Jonathan Brust on a Friday.
Man, Jonathan told me a hilarious joke on Tuesday.
Jonathan Brust, my brother, is being referenced right now. What do you tell? I heard Jonathan Brust stayed after. This is crazy.
Yeah, he did.
He came to Wisconsin, and he showed up late to our house for bedtime for our daughter because he was hanging out with Kyle and Strofe.
That's no way. How long did you guys hang out with him for?
We hung out for Kyle. You don't need to. You can just lie. We hung out for about an hour.
He said, "I'll be 10 minutes."
Oh wow!
And I said, "I know you, Jonathan. You're not going to be there until an hour later." And it was more than an hour later.
For what it's worth, Jonathan is calling to congratulate you on the fact that John Tonje did not beat a Ben Brust record today.
Oh, what do you have? 6 threes or something?
Yeah, 8-6.
Yeah, but that record's already broken, so Jonathan's outdated.
Jonathan?
No. Bronson Koenig got 8 threes against Virginia Tech.
Jonathan, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, JB.
Hey, guys, just stop. Ben, you were 7 for 7, okay? I don't care if the record's been broken. You were 100% at 7 for 7.
That's a good point.
That's a good brother. That's a good brother right there. That's a supporter.
Good point. Jim Matt, Mally, I'm Exit Madison, Corey and Wally and Beaver Dam. We're here at Potawatomi Casino Hotel for the next hour. Don't go anywhere. We're back in 2 minutes.
You're gonna go to the record store. You're gonna give them all your money. Radio plays what they want you to hear. Tell me it's cool. I just don't believe it.